Downloadable content, also known as DLC. DLC is usually additional content made for a game after it's released, or now recently, at a game's release. DLC can range from new costumes, items, new playable characters, and even whole story expansions for games. DLC is usually made to increase the replayability of a game as a whole, and adding extra content to the experience for the game. DLC is usually seen as just that, extra content for an already existing game and nothing more than that. Even when it comes to DLCs like story expansions, extra characters, modes, or anything like that, they're usually short and are only there to expand on the game and add a bit more hours to its runtime. Now I ask, what happens if a new game in the series almost acts like a DLC to the previous game? Well, I got two examples for you, so buckle up. The first game that we're going to be talking about is Insomniac's Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now before I say anything else, I just want to be clear that I absolutely love this game. I've completed this game well over 10 times and just spent countless amounts of hours on it. And this game is the reason why I'm making this video, because countless amounts of people see this game as a glorified DLC. And I myself think that's stupid, but I did want to see why people think this. First reason I got in my head is, well, the length of the game. Miles Morales is a really short game, only being about 7 hours long, and even when you're trying to complete like everything in the game, it's only about 18. This is a far cry to the original game's 17 hours and over 35 hours completing it. This is the main reason I always see around this game when talking about whether it's DLC or not, just the length of the game, which doesn't really make sense to me. Like, yeah, the game is short, but so short to the point where it's seen as DLC. Like, don't get me wrong, this game is short. It's only about an hour longer than the City That Never Sleeps expansion. But the length of the game shouldn't really be the deciding factor of whether we see this as an actual new game or just some random expansion. Like, this game has a whole new story, new characters, new gameplay, side missions, mechanics, suits, music, Jaden Smith, and more. And to just discredit that as just add-ons to the previous game is pretty messed up. Like, at most, the game is Insomniac Spider-Man 1.5, which is another reason why people call this game DLC. Like, it's obvious that Miles Morales is not a full-fledged sequel to the original game, and more as a bridge between the original game and the sequel that we're getting next week. Let's go! Sorry about that. We're good now. But yeah, there's no way that this game could have been a full-fledged sequel to the last game. It barely follows up on any of the plot points the original game left off in. Left off in? Oh my goodness. Left off in. I can say words. This game was meant to be more of an origin for Miles Morales, a more side story to flesh out the overall story of the series overall. And that's why calling Miles Morales DLC is very, very, very wrong. Thank you everyone. That was my TED Talk. Goodbye. Wait, didn't you say you had 2 games to talk about? Oh yeah, you're right. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Connections. Yeah, that one's DLC. Now, I absolutely love the Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm series. I've played every single game besides these two. Bandai Namco, can you please re-release these games? I need to play them. And don't get me wrong, I am very excited for these games to come out, but from all the trailers that we're seeing and everything like that, it just feels like a very big update to Storm 4. Everything about the game is literally the same as Storm 4, but with added features like customization, 10 new characters, a new history mode that they still haven't really talked about that much. And other than that, it's the same gameplay, same characters, same everything, basically. And I'm not trying to discredit Bandai Namco's work at all, because, you know, you can definitely see that they put a lot of work into this game, but not so much work to where this game feels like an actual new Storm game and not just Storm 4.5. Like, everyone in the comments of trailers are just talking about how this game is basically just an update or DLC for Storm 4, so it's kind of hard to say that this isn't when it kind of shaping up to be. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still probably gonna buy it. Maybe first day, I don't know, maybe, just maybe, but you know, Like, some of the good coming from this game is, you know, all the new characters, the new features like customization, which people have been asking for forever, and of course a new revived interest in Storm, and a whole revive of the Storm online community, which was in desperate need. I mean, come on, have you tried to get online on any of the Storm games? Like, Playboy Cardi has a better chance of dropping an album right now than you getting into a Storm match. So yeah, Storm Connections is cool and all, but it's still kind of DLC. Alright, now that is really the end of the video, and, you know, the end of my TED Talk. I'm never gonna be on TED Talk. I don't know why I'm saying all this. I hope you guys enjoyed. You know, I know it's been a while, 3 months. You know, that's a big way. Oh my goodness. I haven't really been doing anything to deserve like waiting 3 months, but you know, stuff. Anyways, guys, that's the end of it. I'll see you all next time. Hopefully, next video comes way sooner than 3 month wait. And yeah, see y'all later.